bit of science mingling with New Age therapy there. Now, Mike, you've been given a very definite New Age label.
By who?
Stamped on you. By me. No. But no, with tubular bells came out.
I don't think that if people have actually listened to tubular bells. I mean, for example, the beginning of it, well, that could possibly be described as New Age, but it's more like technological.
So you're not comfortable with a New Age
Well, I think
label.
the New Age movement, if you like, is fantastic, you know. You know, science has tried to prove this, has tried to prove that. But if science can't prove, you know, what we're here for, can't make its mind up how the universe started, how it's going to end, what it is, what is there in 90% of it, we've got to find another system of logic. And I think the New Age movement is another step on the way.
It obviously troubles you, the path that our world seems to be taking. I mean, in the past, the solution to that was firm religious beliefs that would guide you on the right way to do things. Does your spiritual world have any religious basis or origin?
Well, my mother, being Irish, she was a Roman Catholic, and they put me on the first stages of educating me to be a Catholic. But I remember just after my first confession that I just couldn't make any sense of it. And I don't know, I just started evolving on my own. I am very spiritually aware. I mean, I love churches. It doesn't matter what religion. I just love any place where people focus on spiritual energy. To me, that just gives me peace, and it gives me, I don't know, happiness.
Do you believe that there is another life after this human form? I mean, for you, just talking to you, it seems that the spirit is the most important thing, and actually this bit, the flesh and the body, is kind of the less important bit. Do you believe then that the spirit lives on when this is all gone?
I'm not sure it would know that it's living on, but I certainly believe, you know, that there will become reintegrated in, you know, the real reality rather than this flesh and blood reality that we live in. We might all meet in some other dimension when we die and say, that was fun, wasn't it? What were you? Oh, I was Mike Oldfield. Oh, who were you then? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Might be like that, you know, or might be complete oblivion.
Now, you've got 5 children. You've notched up 5, which is a huge achievement in itself. What about the big questions when it comes to being part of their lives? Do you help them, do you influence them to be open to other beliefs, or...?
Oh, sure, yes, I did. With my first 3 children, I didn't have them, what do they call it, when they...
Christened,
baptized?
baptized?
Yeah. No, because I thought that they should choose, you know, what religion they wanted to belong to when they grew up. They all chose to be, and they've been baptized, you know. Fine, okay. You know, but to impose a set of, you know, such important things, you know, onto an innocent child who really doesn't know, you know, I felt that was wrong. And I also believe that, you know, they're not like little biological machines that come into the world. I mean, they're fully evolved spiritual beings, you know. They should be honoured and respected, you know, even though they're only that big. You know.
What are the important things that you will give them? Creativity, music, open-mindedness?
Just to be there. Just to be there. Give them the freedom to develop along whatever way they want to develop. You know? I know what it's like to be sort of bashed and moulded like a piece of hot metal in a blacksmith shop. You know, be like this, don't do that, blah, 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 restricted. You know? And you'll find if you give them that attitude, if they've got a problem, they will come to you, and then you can help. You know?
I think a lot of people would be very envious of your spiritual openness, freedom, and...
But it didn't come for nothing. It took, you know, an enormous amount of work, you know, and courage as well. You know, you ask anybody who suffers from panic attacks, you know, would they have the courage to confront them? And really, that is the best way to deal with it. Most people would just simply, you know, tranquilize it, you know, sedate it, keep it down, you know, rather than letting it out. You know, it takes a hell of a lot of courage. It can be difficult.
going to come back to talk about your new project, Tres Lunas, an amazing world that you've created later on. But first of all, if you're searching for a real life, not a virtual haven, then Simon Calder may just have the answer on his final stop of his tour. A perfect retreat there for many people, but not enough for you. You create your whole virtual world to run away to. Tell me about Tres Lunas.
It's a landscape, or a series of landscapes, which I had in my imagination. Some of them I dreamt. And then myself and two assistants, we modelled them. We wrote the software to make it work. I wrote the music for it. And it's a new way of experiencing listening to music.
So is this computer sort of game software turned on its head in that it's not shoot 'em up, beat 'em up, knock 'em flat and score points and gain prizes? It's
no. I mean,
part of
one of
this
the
world.
reasons I developed it, it was, looking at the games that are available, and they're so pathetic. But it's all that kids have, or grown-ups have. It's all that exists.
Is this your perfect world? Is this the world and the people that are joining on with you? Are you all sort of sharing a world that is a lot nicer place than the... I mean, you're quite disgruntled with the world that you live in, aren't you? This soulless...
Well, it's got a morality, this game. It's like, some people, I won't mention who, and we have to look for rings around the place.
Now, come on, I only had a little game, a very short game, and I stole a ring that I liked the look of, and I stole it. What did I do that was so bad?
Well, if you steal something, I mean, this ring is obviously on a hand. If you steal it, you get to go to a sort of punishment zone.
Yeah.
So you have to give it back. As long as you give it back, that's all right.
But I didn't give it back, did I?
Yeah, but
it looked nice and sparkly, and I wanted it. Do you think this is slightly trying to... I mean, maybe you've got faith in the world, that you're encouraging people to see a better world, with morals, with good
I know
things happen.
it sounds ever so goody-goody and boring and
doesn't. It
unhip,
sounds
doesn't it?
wonderful.
Sorry about that. It just, I think we've all lost sight of the... Not all of us, but to some extent, the child inside us,
Yes.
the little playful thing that couldn't wait to go out into the garden and go and, explore and find things, hide and seek and little games like that. And it brings back the innocence. But, once children play it, at any age people play it, they play for about 20 minutes and they're very sceptical, and then they get the chuckle and they start laughing, and they sort of bring some real joy to their lives, and that's what was the aim of it. So I'm very, very pleased with it.
Do you think that... I mean, this is very much your world that you've created, full of creatures and things that are important to you. Your cat sitting somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Even your gravestone's there.
Yes.
Which is a very personal thing. When other people see that, will they think, oh, that's Mike's gravestone, he's put that in there, or will they interpret it as being their world? I mean, is this about Mike Oldfield, or is this about individuals coming and making it their world?
I haven't got the foggiest idea, to be honest.
Think something
I'm
quick.
sure if you find a real good psychiatrist, he'll come in and say, this means that and that means this, and he'd probably be quite right. It's probably it's my subconscious mind.
You can't keep that hummingbird still. Is this...
Right.
This is the result of many years of hard work. What else is to come?
Well, I'm just remaking the original Tubular Bells at the moment, which is fantastic, wonderful fun, because I've got such marvellous technology now compared to the little old tape machine we had in 1972.
Is this for original Tubular Bells fans, or is this for new
No, it's
people?
30th
a new
anniversary.
generation?
It's exactly 30 years. Well, it will be 25th of May next year, since the original came out. Always wanted to re-record it. It will come out then. And
For a new
coincidentally,
generation?
I'll be 50 as well.
Will you?
Yep.
Gosh, you're doing well on it, aren't you? Mike Oldfield, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Will you take me on a journey?
Sure.
Where are we going?
Forest?
Yeah, come on.
Would you like to go to space or throwing rings to the dolphins?
Let's go see the dolphins. I'd love to go and see the
And
dolphins.
you would say that, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
It's
because that'll
difficult-
take you ages to
difficult
get to.
there. All right, then. Well, I'll have to
Oh, you're
go
going
and-
very fast. Well, I've left Mike in his virtual world, although his real one seems pretty lovely to me. Well, that's it for our summer series of Heaven and Earth. I've thoroughly enjoyed meeting all our guests. Next week, it's back to the studio with Ross Kelly and Philippa Forrester. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.